Good afternoon and good evening from Deerfield High School at Adams Field as we have a big crosstown matchup today. Varsity Lacrosse, Deerfield versus Highland Park. And this is a big matchup, the District 113 crossover. Deerfield JV is coming off a big win. They're coming off a big win, winning 3-0 over Highland Park. And now you got the varsity matchup. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is DYLC night for Deerfield High School. Taking a look at it, DYLC is Deerfield's youth lacrosse club, and tonight is sponsored by them. You'll see a lot of youth lacrosse players walking around for this night. As we got a big matchup for today, here's Deerfield starters coming in to be announced, and I'll let you guys listen to that shortly. There it is, folks. Your starting lineups for this matchup for Deerfield starters. Mid-senior face-off specialist number 4, William Holtz. Mid-attack senior number 8, Brandon Barber. Attack freshman number 9, Sam Cohen. Attack sophomore number 11, Ben Spritz. Mid-junior number 14, Ethan Helfand. Defense senior number 18, Sam Guthman. Attack senior number 19, Zach Margulis. Goalie junior captain number 23, Ethan Levine. Defense senior captain number 24, Logan Flater. Freshman number 27, Trevor Gross. And lastly, defense, another captain, last but not least, junior number 34, Ty Galasinski. This team is head coached by Robert Allen, assistant coach by Michael Sansonetti. And here's the face-off. Taking a look at the matchup, my pick to click for today, I chose Ryan Mandel for the first game, for the JV game. And let me tell you, he had a great game, was looking great on defense, did have a goal today too, continuing his hot season. But I think for Deerfield, I'm going to go number 11, attack sophomore Ben Spritz. For every time I've broadcasted or announced for lacrosse, he's always looked excellent. Really young player. He's a huge asset to Deerfield for their lacrosse program. But that's who I've got. I've got Ben Spritz being my pick to click, as here we are, the game starting, 12-minute periods. Here's Deerfield with the ball. Deerfield with possession on offense, and what we saw in the earlier game was that Highland Park definitely was struggling to get the ball. Deerfield held the ball for most of the game on their offensive side. As here's Ben Spritz with the ball. But definitely want to see a good defensive matchup here. I'm feeling this to be a lot of defense here. Looks like Deerfield's been controlling the ball pretty much for the first couple of minutes here. As here's Ben Spritz running with the ball. Still playing around with the ball in his pocket. as he gives it off to Sam Cohen, who loses it for a second, but regains it before it goes almost out of bounds. Here's Sam Cohen with the ball. Gives it off to Ty Galasinski. Correction, that's Trey Ponticus, as he gives it off to number 13, who I don't have on my roster. 15. So there's a shot on goal for Deerfield. No possession for the first time in this game. This Deerfield team looking to start something for their season. They're 6-6 overall. However, they are 0-4 in the conference. They are on a win streak right now, but they're looking to start something up, end their losing streak in the conference, and maybe come out of this game victorious. As there's another shot on goal for Deerfield put by Ben Spritz, which is caught by the goalie. That's Deerfield's second shot on goal. But, coming into this game very early, you like to see lots of offensive possessions from both sides, putting balls into the net very hard. But this Highland Park team, Highland Park Lacrosse, not a good program this season. Highland Park boys varsity lacrosse, 0-11 on the year, 0-3 in conference. That's a really rough look, too. And you look at their JV team, 0-7 on the season, winless in conference as well. There's both levels really suffering from losing their seniors. They had several seniors who were definitely college-level players, and it's showing that they can't play competitively without them. This Highland Park team's scored only 33 goals this year while allowing 125, but that's really rough showing from them. Deerfield, on their hand, scoring 110 goals this season while only letting up 90, as Deerfield looks to extend their winning streak to 2. Highland Park looking to break their losing streak of 11. Most recently, Highland Park played at Antioch, where they got slaughtered, 15-2 loss. And you look before that, they played Glenbrook South, losing 15-0. A lot of these games really weren't held close. They only lost within 4 to Rolling Meadows. But most of these games, they're giving up double-digit points, which is definitely not a good look. A few shutouts. I would say one of their better games is coming from when they hosted Conant back in March. They let up 6 goals, but they did score. They let up 7 goals, but they did score 6. So only losing by 1 is not a bad margin against a non-conference team. Conant is from Hoffman Estates. As for this Deerfield team, they've struggled a little bit too. They're definitely struggling a bit after losing out on one of their captains, Daniel Simmons. Simmons recently tore his ACL as he was looking to potentially play in college. I spoke to him before the game. He was telling me he had an offer to play at Marquette and was highly considering it. Now he will be continuing his academic career at Indiana University, where I go. As there's a shot on goal by Brent Spritz as it's blocked off the leg of the goalie. That's Deerfield's third shot on goal. But just a big blow to see, to be losing players like that is really unfortunate. Deerfield had a great player in Brett Goldstein, who ended up going to play at a prep school as he looks to play in college. As here's Highland Park on the breakaway, getting swatted down. For Highland Park, that was Dylan Lansky with the ball. As Deerfield regains possession, that's Sam Cohen, the starter, running with the ball. Oh, as he gets decked in the head by Ben Smolar. Here's Ben Spritz. As that ball is shot in the net by Trey Ponticus, caught by the goalie. Another great shot there by Deerfield. That's their 4th shot on goal in this game so far. Current score, Deerfield 0, Highland Park 0, with 7 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock of the first period. Anyone watching, it's currently 7:06 p.m. down at Adams Field. Deerfield 0, Highland Park 0, 6:49 on the clock. As it's going to be Highland Park with possession on their side of things. As here's Hayden Stolberg running all around the field for Highland Park. as he passes it off to Jordan Bernstein. Correction, Evan Levi. As that ball is turned over, Deerfield takes over possession. That's Sam Guthman, starter, taking over. Guthman plays defense. He's a senior. Here's a fast break for Deerfield. That's Logan Flater, captain, with the ball. As there's a turnover by Deerfield's Ben Spritz. Highland Park running away with the ball. Ben Smoller running. He's at half field. He's getting past everyone. You see the speed on this kid. He's got some incredible speed, which helps him get past everyone. As there's a timeout called by Highland Park. Current score, Deerfield 0, Highland Park 0 with 5:52 on the clock. We'll be back after this short timeout break. As we're back from timeout break, current score, Deerfield 0, Highland Park 0, 5:52 on the clock in the first period of play, as that's Highland Park using their first timeout. I'd say going into that timeout break, I imagine what head coach for Highland Park is telling his team, got to stop wasting the possessions on offense. Defense is looking very strong for Highland Park, especially their goalie for Highland Park, not letting anything get by him. But I would definitely say something along those lines, what you hear. As just a reminder, tonight for Deerfield Athletics, especially for lacrosse, is DYLC night, Deerfield Youth Lacrosse Club. They've got several teams. They host lacrosse for boys and girls of all ages for Deerfield and Highland Park. Deerfield High School boys lacrosse staff coaches that, along with other people. Highlights of the coaches, they have the freshman coach for the high school, along with several others, the varsity coach, varsity offensive coordinator, varsity head coach, several others there too. And you'd like to see some of the players on Deerfield varsity helping out with that as well. Some of the players on Deerfield lacrosse that help out with that is Daniel Simmons, Logan Flater, Ty Galasinski, Will Holtz, Ben Spritz, Sam Cohen, Trevor Gross, as there's a Highland Park goal scored at the 4:56 mark, giving Highland Park the lead. That goal is scored by number 16, Sebastian Gosk. That gives Highland Park the lead as there is a flag down on the play. But definitely a good look to see them get ahead early here. You definitely want to put up numbers on the board before it's too late. And scoring early is something very big in high school sports, especially when it's cold out like it is tonight. As here's Deerfield with the ball, regaining their possession after that goal. As there's a shot on goal, no good. Shot by Deerfield senior Zach Margulis. That is Deerfield's 5th shot on goal in today's matchup. And here's Deerfield regaining their possession with Ben Spritz getting the ball from behind the net. As he's moving around trying to find the open man, he gives it off to Charlie Moros. Moros, freshman on varsity, actually playing mid this season. Lots of ball moving on this Deerfield team, though. You see how good their chemistry is. And they got a lot of young players, too. This DYLC program definitely develops players very well. Definitely got at least 5, 8 freshmen on this varsity team, which shows something. As there's some great defense and hustle by Deerfield. As that ball is going to go out of bounds. That was from Riley Schwab, freshman for Deerfield. And recovering the ball for Highland Park is number 20, Nico Rosenblum. And while we're at it talking about Rosenblum, I was talking to the correction, not Rosenblum. Yes, it is Nico Rosenblum. I talked to the Highland Park coach who had to say a little bit about Nico Rosenblum. He told me Nico's been a workhorse in his first year playing, and it's his first year being on varsity. He's an old school midi. He plays defense, offense, and he takes a majority of the faceoffs for Highland Park there. As there's a flag on the field, as you can see, this crowd is going crazy. It's a full house tonight at Adams Field for lacrosse. Highland Park 1, Deerfield 0 with 3 minutes and a quarter left on the clock in the first quarter of play. As that ball is way out of play. Surprised we don't see some of the young kids on the field running after it. As the referee still has his flag down, as there's a ton of substitutions going on for Deerfield and Highland Park. They are calling the flag on Deerfield, Sam Guthman, for roughing. He will be in the penalty box for 1 minute. Guthman, the senior, plays defense for Deerfield. Clock running. We are at 2:50 mark in the first quarter. Highland Park 1 on Deerfield's 0. As that ball is way out of there. I can't imagine how many of these balls go out of play. They must have a field day trying to retrieve all these. Especially lacrosse balls. They just bounce all day. That one's already at the already bounced all the way to the Warrior Gym. So here's Highland Park with possession. They've held it down on the Deerfield side for a little bit lately. For Highland Park, you're seeing a lot of ball movement right now, passing a lot back and forth, trying to find the open man for a shot. There's a shot on goal for Highland Park. No good. Shot is by Ben Smuller, number 5. That's Highland Park's second shot on goal for the quarter. Clock is stopped as there is 2 minutes and 19 seconds in the first quarter. Deerfield 0 on Highland Park's 1. Sam Guthman has 15 seconds left on his penalty box. As you see all of the Deerfield youth lacrosse players piling into the stands right now. You can hear their cleats clacking on the metal of the fence. As here we are at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. There's a shot on goal. No good for Highland Park's number 2, Ethan Levy. As the clock is stopped at the 2:02 mark. And it is a madhouse today. Tons of kids. I see a ton of McDonald's out here. I could go for a 10-piece right about now. Here's Highland Park still with possession. Minute 50 left in the first quarter of play. Passing the ball around at the 30-yard line. That's Dylan Lansky with the ball. As he's being guarded heavily. He's running back. He's all the way back at the 40. He's back at the 45. As that ball is moved around, Dylan Lansky recovering it on the fumble right there. He passes off to Evan Packett, who puts up a shot, and that is saved by Deerfield. That is Highland Park's 4th shot on goal, as Deerfield has possession with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. And I'd say for Deerfield, too, you look at their goalie, who's coming in after Jeff Battles pretty much held it down for varsity for Deerfield for the past few years. Jeff is playing Division III lacrosse right now down in college. So that's always something pretty cool to see. For Deerfield, Ethan Levine, the junior, plays goalie, filling in the shoes of Jeff Battle. Not so much size-wise. Jeff was a brick wall in goal. Great football, great lacrosse player, always working hard in the perk. As here's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot on goal for Deerfield, no good. That ball is shot up by Evan Yoblin, attack freshman. That's Deerfield's 6th shot on goal. As there's 41 seconds as the clock is stopped. Clock run now running below 40 seconds. 7:18 p.m. down from a sunny night still. Deerfield, Illinois. The lights are on at the stadium, but it's still very bright out as we're transitioning into the summer. As there's some great defense, that ball is recovered and turned over by Trey Ponticas. He's running towards the goal. He gives it to Ben Spritz. Spritz, wide open net, gets the ball in. Ben Spritz ties the game for Deerfield. 1-1. Goal is at 12.9 seconds. And there you have it, folks. My pick to click. Ben Spritz does it again. Whenever Deerfield needs it, he's always there. Ben Spritz, he's going to be trouble for the CSL North and the CSL South coming down to the road. And this Deerfield crowd is going crazy as he ties it up going into the second quarter of play. Ben Spritz, have a day. He's been phenomenal on the offensive side. His defense is stellar, and he's got some wheels. I can tell you that. Deerfield 1, Highland Park 1. 12 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Let's see if either team can drop a play right here. As Deerfield's going to take possession at the 40-yard line on Highland Park side. 3, 2, 1. And that's it for the first quarter of play. Deerfield 1, Highland Park 1. Taking a look at the stats for Deerfield, 7 shots on goal, and they have not used any of their timeouts left. Their one goal is scored by none other than Ben Spritz. For Highland Park, 1 goal. They have 4 shots on goal, 1 timeout, and their goal was scored by Sebastian Gosk, senior. That's what we have for the first quarter of play. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. Second quarter of play at Adams Field. Deerfield 1 against Highland Park's 1. Looking at goals from Deerfield from Ben Spritz and a goal from Highland Park from Sebastian Gosk. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. And if you like listening to the broadcast, subscribe to Deerfield Athletics to stay in touch during all of our athletic events. Doing broadcasting is a new feature for us, so we're always making sure we're on top of this, doing our best here, as this is one of the first broadcasts for lacrosse in recent history for Deerfield. Taking a look at what we have for this week. Tomorrow night, Deerfield Varsity Baseball has Teacher Appreciation Night at 4:45 at the baseball field. Followed by that, Varsity Lacrosse, yet again, 7 p.m. I will be on the broadcast for baseball and lacrosse. If you want to hear me talk, make sure you're listening to those. Looking at Friday, Deerfield Baseball Senior Night at the baseball field. That's a great game to catch. Deerfield Baseball coming off a tough 5-0 loss last night on the road. They look to recover as they come back home. As here the second quarter of play begins. 11:45 on the clock as here's Highland Park with the ball on Deerfield's goal as teams switch sides after each quarter. As there's a shot on goal from Highland Park's Ethan Levy. That's no good. That's Highland Park's 5th shot on goal here. As there's a flag on the play as Deerfield completely knocked over one of Highland Park's guys, Ben Smoller, at the 50-yard line. Pretty sure that flag's going to go on to Deerfield as a 1-minute penalty for roughing. Yep, there it is. Trevor Gross will take the penalty. That should be on roughing. He should be in the box for 1 minute there. As here's 11:15 on the clock as Highland Park has possession here. That's Ben Smoller, and you see him. He's been all over the place for Highland Park today on the offense and the defensive side. Just running cardio all around. As here's Highland Park behind the net. That's Hayden Stolberg with the ball as he gives off to Sebastian Gosk, who has the goal for them. As that ball is thrown right away, Deerfield's going to make an attempt to recover it, and that will be recovered by Deerfield's Ethan Helfand. As they're going to stop the clock there, Deerfield will take possession. That's Ethan Helfand, the starting junior, will take the possession of the ball at the 50-yard line right here. 10:45 on the clock. And it's a pretty good showing tonight, too, for Deerfield Athletics. Always great to see sports like lacrosse getting a packed house. You got all the DYLC people here. You got the Highland Park fans, the Deerfield fans. You got a bit of a student section here, as Deerfield has it tied at 1-1 with 10:30 to go in the second quarter of play. Here's Deerfield with the ball as the clock is running. Penalty release as Trevor Gross, the freshman, number 27, will come back into the game for Deerfield. As here the play resumes, 10:15 on the clock. Here's Deerfield with the ball heading towards Highland Park's net at the 30-yard line. It's Sam Cohen with the ball. Sam Cohen running around. Gives off to Riley Schwab. So here's Deerfield at the 20. Being guarded very heavily by Highland Park's great defense. 9 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Here's Sam Cohen, who's moving around at the 20-yard line. Sam Cohen backs up to the 30-yard line. Cohen running in circles here, trying to find an open man. He passes it off. Deerfield throwing it around as that ball is thrown way behind the net. Deerfield's Ben Sprint's making an attempt to recover it, as he will. Sprint's running to the net. You look to see Highland Park defense start taking over here with Ben Sprint has the ball. As there's a shot on goal by Deerfield. Sam Cohen, that is no good. Not even close. That's Deerfield's 8th shot on goal in this game of play. Current score, Deerfield 1, Highland Park 1, 9:19 to go. Deerfield will retain possession here. Holding the ball for a lot of time. You see all the defenders on the Deerfield side just standing there watching. In formation, as here's 9 minutes left to go on the clock here. Here's Sam Cohen with the ball at the 30. He gives it to Riley Schwab. I like these Deerfield uniforms. They make it very easy to see. Sometimes some of these uniforms hard to tell the numbers, but they do a good job with these uniforms. As here's 8:40 on the clock. As Deerfield makes a little sub out. Sam Cohen passing the ball over. Deerfield attacking the net pretty largely as there's a shot on goal. No good. Shot is put up by mid-freshman Trey Ponticus, who actually just entered the game. That is Deerfield's 9th shot on goal here as there's 8:30 to go in the second quarter of play. Deerfield 1 on Highland Park's 1. We'd like to thank our sponsors, one of which being the Audi Exchange. Big sponsor for us. Another sponsor for us, Rosati's Pizza on Waukegan. If you're hungry after the game, make sure you head down for a nice hot slice of pizza. I think that's where you could see me after this game. All this talking makes me a little hungry. As here's 8 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. Deerfield still with the ball at the 30-yard line. Here's Sam Cohen with the ball. He's running around. He whips it off to his teammate. That's Ben Spritz he passed to. Ben Spritz gives it off to Trey Ponticus. Trey Ponticus gives it off. Lots of passing going around. As there's Riley Schwab. Gives it to Sam Cohen. Sam Cohen right back to Spritz. Spritz has a little room on him. Looking to move in there and try and put up a shot on goal. Gives it right back to Sam Cohen. And they're just playing hot potato all around. There's Ben Spritz in the box. Oh. He puts up a shot on goal, and that is no good. Guarded really heavily. That's Deerfield's 10th shot attempt. As there's 7 minutes and 15 seconds in the second quarter of play. Deerfield 1, Highland Park 1. As there's another shot attempt, and that is saved by Highland Park. Nice save there by Highland Park. Highland Park's goalie is Ben Gale. Ben Gale has done a fantastic job at blocking these shots all day and being pretty much a brick wall. 6:40 to go in the second quarter of play as Highland Park has possession for pretty much one of the first times in this quarter. They've got the ball on Deerfield's net. Lots of subs being made right here as there's a flag. Flag is down. And that flag is going to be on Highland Park's Sebastian Gosk. I believe this could be his second penalty of the day. He will head to the box for a 30-second penalty for Highland Park. You definitely see Sebastian Gosk taking senior leadership here for Highland Park. He's been a huge help for their team last year and this year. I can remember announcing his name several times last season. As here's the DYLC crew leaving the stands, getting ready for what they will be doing during halftime, which I expect to be a little shoot-around, maybe a little scrimmage game on the field. Always great to see the youth movement back in Deerfield High School, seeing what their high school career could look like. Lots of little guys walking around here. Featured talent. Here's Deerfield with the ball. On their side of net, there's Ben Spritz, passes it over. Sam Cohen right back to Ben Spritz. Ben Spritz running around, juking everyone out. He's juking me out up here. Ooh, as there's Jordan Bernstein coming up from behind. As Spritz passes it to Sam Cohen. Sam Cohen, pass fake. Pass to Trey Ponticus. Ponticus right back to Spritz. And there's a shot on goal. No good. That is shot by Deerfield's Evan Yoblan. That is his second shot of the day. Deerfield 1 on Highland Park's 1. 5:45 in the quarter. Big thank you to our sponsor, Ace of Spray, along with the Deerfield Park District. Get paid to play. Looking for a job for the summer? Go to deerfieldparks.org/jobs. They got some great jobs, working camps, afternoon programs, lifeguarding, etc. As here's Highland Park with the ball, as that's Evan Levi losing it, as Deerfield's trying to recover it right there. Highland Park will gain their possession back. That's Hayden Stolberg grabbing it out of the circle and running away from the trouble as he gives off to Ben Smuller. Ben Smuller at the 30, running back. He's back at the 35 now. He's going to run back to the 40. Running negative yards here. Ben Smuller running in, juking his way in. Puts up a shot on goal. That is no good. Not even close. That ball will go out of play. Clock will stop at 4:49. Deerfield 1, Highland Park 1. Second quarter of play here, 7:32 p.m. down in cloudy Deerfield, Illinois, as the sun is setting. As here's Highland Park with the ball. That's Ben Smuller doing his thing. Ooh! As he completely knocks over a Deerfield player. Deerfield's going to take possession there after that knockout. Could call that a complete KO in Mortal Kombat. Here, everyone else on the other side of the press box yelling at that play, too. As here's Deerfield with the ball. There's a nice dime pass. Here's Trey Ponticus running down. Not much defense here. Trey puts up a shot on goal, and that is blocked by the goalie, Ben Gale. What a great shot there by Trey Ponticus. That's Deerfield's 13th shot attempt. As that ball is recovered on the loose ball by Deerfield. Not many guys on Deerfield, on Highland Park on defense. Deerfield running down. Ooh, as there's Ben Sprints being thrown to the ground. He's back up. And they're going to call the whistle and stop the clock. That was a nasty fall for Ben Spritz. Glad he's okay. And here we got some of the Lacrosse ball boys walking around, retrieving the balls and putting them back in play. The current score, Deerfield 1. Highland Park 1. 3:53 on the clock. And this score update is brought to you by Banner Kitchen and Bath Showroom. As there is a flag on the play. That flag is on Highland Park's number 19, Nick Newman. Nick Newman has averaged 5 caused turnovers a game on a defensive end. Ben Gale, who is the goalie and has had an exceptional game in net, will be going to the Marine Corps this summer. As there is a goal by Deerfield, extending a lead to Deerfield at 2-1. Time of goal, 3:33, as this crowd is going crazy. Seven Nation Army is queued up. What a great goal by Deerfield to get ahead right here. Definitely had to do something to try and get a lead going into halftime. As that goal is brought to you by Waterway Car Wash, who's hiring at all hourly positions. Need a summer job? No better place than Waterway. As here's Highland Park gaining possession on the faceoff. But as I was saying before, Ben Gale will be going to the Marine Corps Reserves this summer before attending College of DuPage for lacrosse. Taking his talents down to College of DuPage for lacrosse. Big kudos to him. It takes a lot to be doing that. And that's a really competitive sport, too, especially at the college level. As this is your 3-minute mark, as Highland Park has possession. Spence Muller with the ball for Highland Park at the 20. Gives off to Alex Rosen. Rosen to Logan Laser. Logan Laser's worked very hard to break the starting lineup in his first year of play. As that ball is turned over, Deerfield taking possession. That's going to be Ethan Helfand getting the ball as he turns it over to Highland Park. Little scramble, trying to kick it out. As there's a whistle called at the 2-minute and 26-second mark. Deerfield's Ethan Helfand will take possession of the ball. He's going to give it to Ben Spritz. Ben Spritz with the ball. Gives it to Sam Cohen, puts up a shot in goal, and that is blocked by the goalie for Highland Park. That is Deerfield's 14th shot attempts of the day as we are nearing the 2-minute mark. Here's Highland Park with the ball. Empty net. It's Jack Winston with the ball. One of his first times today getting the ball. As he loses it, he's not going to recover it. Yes, he will. Jack Winston at the 50. As they're going to stop the clock there, and that is your 2-minute warning from me. Deerfield 2, Highland Park 1 on the timeout. This therapy as we'll be back after this. Okay, so we're back from the timeout break. Deerfield 2, Highland Park 1, running clock, second quarter. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go as Highland Park has possession to start this end of the game off. It's Ben Smaller with the ball as he's just going to throw it way out of the bounds. That's already going towards the baseball field. Deerfield takes over possession with the stopped clock at 1:40. That out-of-play throw is brought to you by Illinois Bone and Joint. Move better, live better. Here's Deerfield with the ball. For Deerfield, it's going to be Ben Spritz with the ball right now. Ben Spritz moving around, looking to make some last-minute magic happen. Here's Sam Cohen. Puts a shot on goal, and that is blocked. Another great save from Highland Park. And something I just want to talk about is how difficult it is to be a goalie in this game. You know, you've got minimal padding on. Definitely got to use your body. You're going to walk off the field with a few bruises after every game. Got to give a huge kudos to Ethan Levine and Ben Gale. 2 goalies for today. As here we are at the 50-second mark. Deerfield 2 to Highland Park 1. It's Highland Park with the ball. As Deerfield's playing some great defense here. Deerfield's going to steal that ball away. For Deerfield, it's Ty Galasinski with the ball. As that's a goal for Deerfield. Up the Ty Galasinski assist. Deerfield does it, extending their lead to 3-1. Time of the goal, 33.8 seconds. That goal is scored by senior attack number 19, Zach Margulis. And there's no better way to go into halftime than putting a goal in at 33-second mark. That puts Deerfield up by 2, giving them a huge advantage and momentum lead going into the second half of play. As here's the face-off. And you can just see this whole Deerfield crowd is really excited right now. Something you love to see right now. Especially from seniors, you know, living their last few games here. Play the best you can. Do whatever you can. As here's Deerfield with the ball. As there's 20 seconds left. Time is expiring. It's Trevor Gross with the ball right now. As there's another goal for Deerfield. Time of the goal, 13.5 seconds. Putting Deerfield at an extended lead of 14-1. That goal is scored by Ben Spritz. My pick to click as he puts up his second goal of the day. I mean, this Deerfield team is just pounding down on Highland Park as that goal is brought to you by Autographics. One of the ways this scoreboard works at Adams Field. And let me tell you, Deerfield is feeling good today on the offensive side. And I'll give it to the defensive side too. Ethan Levine only giving up 6 shots on goal. Only 1 goal today in the first half. That's some great looks from him as Deerfield looks to extend their winning streak and ultimately extend Highland Park's losing streak. Here we are at halftime. Deerfield 4, Highland Park 1. We'll be back shortly for my take play. As we are back for the third quarter of play down at Adams Field, and within that 15 minutes, it has already gone to dusk. Current score, Deerfield 4, Highland Park 1. That score update is brought to you by Deerfield Youth Baseball Association, DYBA. Run the field. As here's the face-off for Deerfield, as we have 24 minutes of lacrosse to be played and counting. Highland Park's going to try to get possession on that ball there, but Deerfield's going to come away with it. For Deerfield, it's Ethan Helfand, the mid-junior, getting the ball. As here's Ben Spritz coming down. He's taking it nice and easy, taking his time. Almost put a shot up. You see him moving around there. He's back at the 30. He kicks it out to Trey Ponticus at the 40. Here's Ponticus shuffling around. Gives it to Charlie Moros, a new face for today. As here's Charlie Moros with it, giving it off to Trey Ponticus. Ponticus running in. Over to Aaron Ainsfield. That's a new name for today. There's a shot on goal, and it's in for Ben Spritz. You can count that, not one, not two, but 3 goals in the net for the sophomore Ben Spritz. Have a day, Ben. And I'm going to bring it up again. My pick to click, Ben Spritz. I am 2-0 on the day. I had Ryan Mandel in the JV game and Ben Spritz in the varsity game. We're going to give it to me here. What do you think, Andrew?
I think it's going to be good. He's doing good.
He's doing great. Deerfield extends their lead to 5-1. Time of goal, 11 minutes and 12 seconds. As that goal is brought to you by the Deerfield Booster Club. One of the reasons we got this big, nice scoreboard is from them. Here's the face-off. That's going to be a Highland Park win on the face-off, won by Ben Smoller, who's been all over the place today. As here's Highland Park's possession. I can tell you this, Ben Spritz deserves a nice steak dinner tonight after this game. Nice steak dinner coming Ben Spritz's way. Here's 10 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Highland Park has the ball up against Deerfield's net. For Highland Park, it's Donovan Crouch with the ball, another new name. As there's a shot on goal, and that will not be good. That's Highland Park's 7th unofficial shot on goal. Live look at the score, Deerfield 5 against Highland Park's 1. 10 minutes and 25 seconds to go as that call is brought to you by Rosati's of Bannockburn and Ben Cohen with property at guaranteed rate. As here's still Highland Park with the ball, trying to make some magic happen. There's a shot on goal, and that is blocked by Deerfield's Ethan Levine. That's Highland Park's 8th unofficial shot on goal, and a great block and save there by Ethan Levine. Currently 8:01 p.m. from a dark, lit-up Adams Field. Highland Park still with the ball, trying to put another number on the board. Increase the digits. For Highland Park, it's Sebastian Gosk, who has Highland Park's only goal for today. He's got the ball currently as he looks to make some magic happen. Here's Gosk running around. He's at the 30-yard line. As there's a goal for Highland Park. That ball was put in the net by Ben Smoller, number 5. Ben Smollar's first goal of the game as he increases Highland Park's deficit to 5-2. Time of goal, 9:36. Deerfield 5. Highland Park 2. 9:36 to go in the third quarter of play. As that goal is brought to you by Academic Approach, a great way to get help as a student. As here's Deerfield with the ball. Ooh. And there's a rough shot from Will Ginsburg as he just completely smokes a Deerfield player. He's got his hands up. He's confused. As there's a flag on the play. I think that should be on Will Ginsburg. Yep, there it is. Flag on the play. It's going to be on Will Ginsburg. Looks like it's going to be roughing. That definitely should be deserved there. I saw him just completely whiplash. Time of the penalty is 9:17. He will serve a 30-second penalty in Highland Park's box. Take a look at this Highland Park team. They got 3 captains on this team. Ben Gale, the goalie, Ben Smolar, and Sebastian Gosk. As for Highland Park's goalie, Ben Gale, who's been talking about, he's averaging over 10 saves a game, which is very big for him as he is playing at College of DuPage for lacrosse next year. A very big commitment for him. And one thing I'm noticing in my first game at Adams Field of the 2023 season, the new scoreboard at Deerfield High School's baseball stadium lights up at night. Or it's got something lighting up that says Warriors. Very cool look on the brand new scoreboard. Thank you to the booster program, the athletic program for that. As there's a bench Brits trying to make something happen unsuccessfully. Looking at Deerfield 5, Highland Park 2, 7:38 to go. As here's Highland Park taking possession. Highland Park's got to turn it over, and for Deerfield, they're taking it back. For Deerfield, it's Sam Guthman. Guthman gives it off to Sprints, who's got 3 goals today. Sprints passes around, and there's a goal for Deerfield. Scored by number 9, Sam Cohen, the attack freshman. And that's another one for Deerfield, extending their lead to 6-2 over the Giants. Time of goal, 7 minutes, 11 seconds. Deerfield now up by 4. A nice one from Sam Cohen, who obviously had been looking to put one in the net all game today. He's been incredible on offense. His passing has been phenomenal the entire game. Just the 1-2 punch and the hot potato between him and Ben Spritz has been phenomenal. 2 very young guys, Spritz being a sophomore and Cohen being a freshman. They're going to have a great impact on this Deerfield program for years to come. As we are looking at a Deerfield 6, Highland Park 2. 7 minutes to play to go in the 3rd period of play. Here's Deerfield possession again. There's a shot on goal. No good. Shot put up by Trevor Gross. That's Deerfield's 20th shot on goal unofficially. 8:06 p.m. down from Adams Field. For Highland Park, one player, Hayden Stolberg, who has been a little quiet today, is shooting 33% this year. He's had quite the season for Highland Park. Currently 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock as Deerfield's up 6-2. That score update's brought to you by Illinois Bone & Joint. Move better, live better. Here's Deerfield with the ball on the turnover. As they're going to call that another goal for Deerfield. This time being Ben Spritz, another one. That's his 4th goal of the game. Extending Deerfield's lead to 7-2. And let me tell you, he will be mentioned on the post-game show. Have a day, Ben Spritz. Another day, another dollar. As there you can hear Ian Van Every, one of the voices of Butler University, on PA today for Deerfield. As here's Highland Park with the ball. And a big thank you to Ian Van Every for turning the lights off so we can all see the camera on the scoreboard slightly better. You know, once it gets dark outside and the lights go on outside, it gets very hard to use these cameras from inside the box. It's currently Deerfield 7, Highland Park 2 with 5:50 to go. That score update is brought to you by North Shore University Health System. As here's Highland Park with the ball. As they look up to put a little fight on the board. He was my pick to click. No, he was mine. You don't get a pick to click. You didn't put your pick. You have to put it in time. I didn't hear it from you. Yours was on. Your pick to click was unofficial. I am 2-0 on the day with my pick to clicks.
My pick to click has got 4 goals. So
Our pick to click has 4 goals. There's a little DSI banter in the box. I think we're gonna start keeping like a tracker of everyone's pick to clicks. Maybe get a little prize or a little private celebration for whoever wins at the end of the season. But yeah, last night we had a great baseball game down at the baseball field. Deerfield JV hosted Maine West, and we saw a phenomenal outing on the mound from Deerfield. The bats were very good as they took that game by a score of 3-1. There's a shot on goal. No good. That ball is shot by Trey Ponticus. That's Deerfield's 21st unofficial shot on goal. Deerfield 7, Highland Park 2, 4:30 to go. Thank you, everyone, for listening in on this great broadcast night. As Highland Park has possession right now. For Highland Park, it's Ben Smoller. He puts up a shot, and it's good in the net. Ben Smoller with his second goal of the day. He cuts Highland Park's deficit down to 4 goals. And that's just one of the captains on Highland Park doing what he's supposed to do, you know? Captain's got to do what he's got to do. You know how we do it here. Ben Smoller, second goal of the game to go with Sebastian Gosk's 1. That puts Deerfield at a 7-3 lead. Time of the goal, 4:07, and that goal is brought to you by LRS Recycling. You can see it right there. We are under 4 minutes here of play, 8:10 p.m., Deerfield, Illinois. As here's Ben Spritz, looking to get number 5. He's already got the hat trick. Why not go for 5? Lucky number 5. Ben Spritz with the ball. Passes it into the zone. Inside a passer, Zach Margulis, who has a goal as well today. Deerfield 7, Highland Park 3, 3:35 on the clock. Brought to you by College Park Athletic Club. Former host where I played tennis. Ooh. And there's some roughing from Highland Park's Will Alexander. Not going to call anything against him there, but here's Ben Smoller on the pass in. As he's running right through the traffic, running in like Shaquille O'Neal, going right through the traffic. 3:15 on the clock. Ben Smoller running all the way into the net. He passes it off to Evan Levi. Levi kicks it out to Hayden Stolberg, who's got 33% shooting percentage this year going into today. Here's Highland Park turnover. Deerfield takes over possession here. For Deerfield, it's Logan Flater, the captain, taking over as he's just speed demon around. There's a shot on goal, no good. Way out of here. That ball was put up by Sam Cohen. Yeah, that ball's already rolling towards Libertyville with how far high that was. Current score, Deerfield 7, Highland Park 3. 2:30 to go in the third quarter of play. For Highland Park, it's Nick Newman with the ball as he gives it off to Donovan Crouch. Highland Park looking to cut their deficit slightly more. 2-minute warning. Dos minutos más. Here's still Highland Park with the ball. There's a quick peek at the scoreboard right now. Deerfield 7, Highland Park 3. As here's a Deerfield turnover. Ball is in the net. Goalie's running out. Goalie's looking to get some action on the field too. Let's see a nice whip pass from him. There he throws it downfield. His intended passer on that is Ben Spritz, who's running in hard. Let's see Spritz make a play here. Spritz moving around, passes it around. Pass back to Spritz. His shot on goal is good. You can count that one. Goal number 5 for Ben Spritz as he extends Deerfield's lead to 8-3. Seven Nation Army, let me hear it. Ben Spritz career game in the Rivalry Township 113 matchup, as that goal is brought to you by Rosati's Pizza of Bannockburn, Illinois. Stop by for a hot slice after this cold game. Time of goal, 1 minute, 27 seconds in the third quarter of play. Deerfield 8 on Highland Park's 3. As here we are, 1:15 mark in the third quarter. As that ball's thrown all the way down, that's going to go right out of bounds. That's going to stop us at 1 minute and 4 seconds. Deerfield 8, Highland Park 3. Here, play continues, and this is your 1 minute warning. Uno minuto más. 1 minute warning. Deerfield 8, Highland Park 3. As here's Highland Park with possession, running in hot. Here's Ethan Levi with the ball at the 10-yard line. Ethan Levi just moving around with it as he loses the ball. Deerfield trying to get it. Deerfield's going to take over possession there, recovering the lost ball. 30 seconds on the clock to go here. As for Deerfield, it's Logan Flater with the ball. Logan Flater giving off the bench Spritz. 20 seconds to go. Gonna try and make a play here with the clock expiring. Here's bench Spritz with the ball, running around. Gives it off, and there's a goal! It's good with the time expiring. Deerfield extends their lead to 9-3 with the goal from Sam Cohen, his second of the game. Time of goal, 12.6 seconds, as Deerfield does it again in the clutch spotlight with time expiring. They can do it again. This Deerfield team is not scared of anything. You can see this going on right now. What a great play there, as Deerfield's looking to snap their winless conference streak. 0-4 in the conference. Not for much longer after this. Three, two, one. And that is it for the third quarter of play at Deerfield High School. Current score, Deerfield 9 on Highland Park's 3. We will be back for more coverage after this short timeout break from Deerfield High School.
And welcome back. I will be here for now because Dylan Traeger taking a little break right now. He's been here since 5 p.m. working his butt off, getting this game ready, doing a great job. You know, 27 was a shot, saved. These boys have been working hard tonight. As you can tell, 9-3, Deerfield Warriors. 3, Highland Park. Both defenses have been very, very strong this day. But it's, like Dylan said, it's Ben Fritz, very strong today, with showing 5 goals. This Highland Park team it's a little bit smaller than Deerfield's team. Deerfield's team is very large, with a lot of talent. We will be back with Dylan Traeger coming soon.
As we are back here for the fourth quarter of play. Current score, Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3. 10:15 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Whew. As I would say, it officially is a under the lights game, as it is pretty much pitch black out now, for the most part. Beautiful day today otherwise, though. Very sunny. And here's Highland Park. With the ball for Highland Park, Sebastian Gosk, who's already got one in the net for Highland Park. That's not a drone, that's a... Is it a drone or is it an airplane? As a plane. Current look at the score. Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3, 9:30 to go. As the clock is not going. Here we are as Highland Park has possession as they're running down, looking to make a little last effort few plays here. As there's a timeout call for Highland Park at the time of the timeout. At the call of the timeout, the current time is 9 minutes and 9 seconds. Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3. As we'll be back after the timeout break. Dylan Traeger with DSI. As we are back for the fourth quarter play, Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3 with 9:04 on the clock. Quick announcement to make for any people living in the Chicago suburb area. Please attend the Deerfield Village meeting on May 11th of this year. They will be discussing the Baxter Bridge proposal. All ages are encouraged to attend. Location is still to be determined. Once again, please attend the Deerfield Village meeting on May 11th discussing the Baxter Bridge proposal. All ages are encouraged to attend, and the location is still to be determined. As here, Highland Park has the ball. For Highland Park, it's Ben Smoller, who's got a pair of balls in the net for today. 2 goals for Ben Smoller. That ball is recovered by Will Alexander. Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3 with 8:10 to go. As Highland Park still retains possession, as that clock is going to roll under the 8-minute mark in just a second. Dylan Lansky with the ball. Standing right next to Hayden Stolberg. Lansky still with the ball. Ooh, juking out some of the Deerfield players. Juking out Chase Ponticus. Lansky passes it over to Ben Smoller. Ben Smoller at the 30. Ben Smoller kind of trapped there on the edge. As there's a flag on the play, clock stopped at 7:25. Correction, clock still going. But there is a flag down on the play. Clock is stopped at 7:16. Looks like that's going to be a flag on Deerfield. By the side of Deerfield players walking off the field. That flag is going to be on Deerfield's 34, Ty Galasinski, junior captain. That's going to be a 1-minute penalty for Galasinski. And there's also a penalty called on Deerfield's senior defender, Dylan Katz, both of which are in the penalty box for 1 minute and counting as we are back to play. Highland Park with possession here. Here's Ben Smoller with the ball as he passes it off. Not a lot of guys here on offense as that ball is thrown away. Oh, nice little stiff arm there from Sebastian Gosk, lowering the shoulder on Deerfield's Trevor Gross. A little bit of a rivalry as that ball is also thrown away. As Deerfield thrown to the ground, Trevor Gross on the ground. Highland Park being a little too aggressive here, I think. As here's Deerfield recovering it. Trevor Gross, after being thrown to the ground twice, will take possession as they're calling a timeout for Highland Park. Correction, timeout for Deerfield. Call of the timeout is 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Current score, Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3, as that timeout is brought to you by Guaranteed Rate Ben Cohen. We'll be back after the timeout break. As that timeout is over, current score Deerfield 9, Highland Park 3 with 6:10 to go. As the 2 players on Deerfield are released from the penalty box. As here's your 6-minute mark brought to you by Waterway Car Wash, hiring at all hourly positions. A great position for any high schooler looking for some work. As Deerfield has the ball right now at the 30-yard line for Deerfield. It's Ben Spritz. Ben Spritz being double teamed actually. He's just outrunning everyone. Correction, that was Trey Ponticus with the ball. As that ball is thrown away, but Deerfield's going to keep their possession on it. It's Ty Galansinski. As Highland Park's going to take over on that turnover from Deerfield. 5:30 in the fourth quarter. For Highland Park, it's Jordan Bernstein with the ball. As that's a shot on goal saved by the goalie. For Deerfield, it's Ethan Levine, the goalie, running out of the goalie box. He's at the 25. He's going to throw it over to teammate Logan Flater. Flater has had a bit of a quiet game as he passes it over to Dylan Katz. And that ball's just rolling around. As that is a turnover. Highland Park now taking possession. 5 minutes to go on the clock here. Here's Sebastian Goss recovering the lost ball. Goss passes it away. Highland Park with the ball at the 10-yard line behind the basket, behind the net. Hayden Stolberg with the ball. Stolberg kicks out to Sebastian Goss. Goss looking like he wants to make a shot right now. Goss with the ball. Puts a shot up, and that's no good. That's turned over and given to Deerfield. Here's Deerfield running with the ball for Deerfield. Ben Spritz. He's going quick. Look at those legs move. Look at those legs move. He's all over the place. Ben Spritz shot on goal. Good! You can count it! Put it on the board! Ben Spritz. Goal number 6. As they're calling a flag on the play. Time of goal, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Deerfield 10. Highland Park 3. And they're calling that flag on Highland Park's number 16. Sebastian Goss. Goal will count, obviously.
Penalty on Highland Park, number 16, Sebastian Goss.
Goss has had a lot of fun in the penalty box today. Playing aggressive ball, and he's been in there several times throughout the day.
Scored by number 11, Ben Spritz. Okay. 5.
My guy's got 5.
6. He's got 6 goals.
Oh, I was going to say $5 footlong, but whatever. Now it's $6 footlong.
I feel for foot long for now.
$6 footlong. I haven't Subway in years.
Someone's excited to be here. Jeez.
And let's take a live look at the scoreboard as there's a timeout called by Deerfield. Call the timeout. Deerfield 10, Highland Park 3. 3 minutes and 44 seconds. And how about it? Ben Spritz. Have a day. 6 goals. We'll be back after the timeout. Deerfield Lacrosse. So we're back from the timeout break. Current score, Deerfield 10 to Highland Park's 3, with 3:25 to go in the final quarter of play for the night at Adams Field. It's Deerfield with the ball, as there's a shot on goal, and that's no good, and that is not going to be recovered, as they're going to call a whistle on that. Time of whistle, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Sebastian Gosk, penalty release, coming up shortly, as here's Deerfield still with the ball. Little fight over it. Little scrapping in there. Deerfield's going to come out recovering it victoriously. As no, Highland Park's going to take over it with 2.5 to go. Now it's Deerfield back again. And this is what's been so great about this game today. It's just the back and forth and all the athleticism on offense, defense, all around. You never see something better than a nice rivalry game. As we are approaching the 2-minute mark, Deerfield up 10-3. As that ball is thrown way out of there. 2 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock. As we are at the 2-minute mark, 2 minutes remaining. Here's Logan Flater with the ball. Correction, Sam Cohen. There's a shot on goal. No good. Shot is put up by Charlie Moros. His 3rd shot on goal on the day. Ball's out of play. Time on the clock, 1:47. Here's Deerfield remaining possession. That shot's put up, and that's good! A goal from freshman Trey Ponticus. Trey extends Deerfield's lead to 11-3. Time of the goal, 1:41, and that's Trey's first goal of the game. While he isn't a starter for Deerfield, he does play an exceptional amount of time, and he has been a huge impact on the team. Younger brother of Tyler Ponticus, 4-year lacrosse player for the Deerfield lacrosse program in high school. Keep your eyes on this kid. Trey, going to be a huge asset to this program, as Deerfield wraps up this game with an 11-3 lead, assuming they don't score anymore after this. Deerfield recovers the ball here, coming in hot. That's Ty Galasinski at the 1:30 mark on the clock. 1:30. But what a great day for Deerfield Athletics, especially in this lacrosse series. You take a look at this Deerfield JV lacrosse, taking a nice win against Highland Park's JV program, and Deerfield Varsity having a great blowout win, as there's a shot on goal, and that's going to be recovered by Highland Park as we are at the 1-minute mark with Deerfield up by 8 as we are in the final seconds of the night at Deerfield High School. But as I was saying, a great night all around from Deerfield lacrosse program. Head coach Robert Allen should be very proud of his team for tonight, and those boys better enjoy that pasta party. As for Highland Park, here's Jordan Bernstein looking to make some magic happen in the last minute. That ball was recovered by Deerfield. Deerfield taking possession. As for Highland Park, there's a big shoulder from Evan Packett as there's 30 seconds on the clock in the final countdown. Highland Park with the ball here. 15 seconds on the clock to go. Fans are standing up as the final seconds wind down of the matchup. Final score is going to be Deerfield 11 to Highland Park's 3. For Highland Park, it's Jordan Bernstein with the ball, and he will hold it as time expires. Deerfield takes the win over Highland Park. Deerfield 11, Highland Park 3, as the Deerfield lacrosse system performs the 2-game sweep. Can take the brooms out. 2-game sweep as JV and Varsity win it. My player of the game right there, as you guess, give it to Ben Spritz. All he does is win. 6 goals for the sophomore. Great game for the kid. I mean, that was my pick to click. I went 2 for 2 today on the lacrosse picks to click, but you love to see it too. Younger sophomore kid get in there, taking advantage over a struggling Highland Park team as Deerfield wins their first conference matchup. Highland Park extends their losing streak to 12. Deerfield on a 2-game winning streak. That's what I've got from the press box at Deerfield High School. I'm your color commentator and play-by-play broadcaster, Dylan Traeger, signing off for the night.